That's a little bit backwards and Yoda-ish, but that's fine. Okay, so I compiled these. They're both exposed. They're both exposed to Unity, right? And now what I can do is go to my uScipt. Okay, I have nothing defined for this. Let's pick one, not the prefab. Let's pick door 1. Okay, so let's read this as mouse enter door. So when I go over door 3, door 1 should change colors.
Or door 1's in the middle.
Right. And door 3 is on the end, right? So what we've done is basically taken one 2-block node and come up with about 6 different uses, right? Because it'd be pretty easy for me to also do, let's see, watch this action. We'll grab door 1 and door 2. Pull them down here. So assign the material color to whatever door that we're going over. Oh, sorry. And then whatever door we define, and then always change door 1 and door 2. Right?
Okay.
Can you hear that beeping?
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying. Okay.
I'm assuming that's by you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a trash truck or something. On a Saturday. I don't know why. Anyway. So, uScipt. Okay, when we go over door 3, we're going to change the color of door 1. However, we're also double dipping here with door 1 and door 2 added as bonus door change colors by going over door 3. So
that's awesome.
So also notice that door 1 didn't change colors twice just because the variable, it's the same door twice, right? It only runs through this once. It says, oh, well, it's the same object. It happens almost simultaneously, even if it wants to go double. Okay, now let's make it a mouse click. I don't even remember where the mouse click thing is, so this is going to be a neat, event. Let's see if it's an input event. There's no mouse click event, right? Now, the mouse cursor is literally just the arrow.
That's what you have already. Yeah.
Right, so it's an input event. But now, let's go to this. It seems kind of mysterious. All right, well, an input event. It's just a node. There's no description, right? Basically, this node fires on any input event.
Okay.
So, mouse click, button click, mouse is moving over some things, etc. So, what's essentially happening in the script with this input event is that it's saying, okay, every time something happens, I'm listening, right? Like anything happens. So what we need to do is filter out the noise, right? So right-click, add conditions, right? And conditions is how you're going to like sort of do things like compare variables and well, actually that's not true. But there's a way to do compare variables, counters, right? Gates, switches. So let's see if there's something in here. There should be a condition for key codes. This is one way to do it. And you can say, let's get this key code and I want it to be a backspace every time backspace is hit go. The thing is though, is this input event, I still have to determine what came out of it to use this. Instead of that, we're going to go to actions, right? Events, which is different than the events, like you can't see my finger, but I'm pointing at this events, which is its own node, but I'm going to actions, right, which is when we get an event do something, filter, right, input events filter, okay, hook this up, we can go to this list here, right, and do, it'll say, and it won't say mouse 1, I don't think. I think it'll say, oh, there it is, mouse 0. So, in typical programmer fashion, say what?
Mouse 0, I'm assuming, is just movement?
No, mouse 0 is button 1.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll get to movement in a second. Movement is actually usually an axis. So there's an XY axis for movement. So in typical programmer fashion, the first number is literally 0, right?
Okay.
So you have to have 0 before you can have 1. So all lists start at 0. So on mouse 0, let's actually, we'll delete this, ditch this, bring both of these up here. Put the, I'm not sure we need to do this. But I'm going to leave the variable out here hanging unconnected to anything because I want, I'm not doing anything with it, but I can still define it in my uScript if I leave it out, right? So I may use this variable a little bit later. I'm just going to keep it. Okay. All right, ready? So we're going to run this. Go back to here. Okay, you'll notice that I haven't actually done, what I'm doing is I'm clicking anywhere in the world. I haven't said when I click this door.
Right.
Right? And if you go back and look at the script, that's actually what it says. On any input event, if it's mouse 0, set the color, assign it to these crazy doors. Right?
So assign that input event to door 1.
Yeah, let's do mouse enter door, right? And let's say that we'll call this, instead of mouse enter door, we're going to do this, I'm going to change the name of it to mouse click. Just so that I can keep it the same as a change color door, right? We'll rebuild this again. Make sure all the links are known. Okay, so now let's go to uScript and double check. There's nothing here. Let's do, whoops, that was incorrect. I clicked the prefab. Okay, now it should be, when I click the mouse color door, which is the same as the change color door, it will change colors, right? Okay, we're almost done. Once we get past this part, I'll be able to hook up a couple of things really quickly for you. Okay, now, we're getting closer, right? I've clicked the middle door. Now I'm clicking the middle door, and it turns into the color that we want. Okay, now, we're really close. We've almost got the interaction that we want. So instead of change color, right, and set a random color, because this was nice for us to understand immediately that we were doing the right thing, right? So I did this thing just so that I could see immediate responses. I know that this piece of script, like visual scripting, is working, right? When I click, actually, sorry, I need to get this back. When I click this door, I can do the thing to this door, right? If it's the same or not the same. Now let's do add action. Sorry, I'm going to go a little quick because we're running out of time. Game object, right? Yeah. So there's actions based on category, right? This category is game objects. It's everything you can do to a game object. We'll go to movement. These are not the most refined. Move to location. Rotate. Let's rotate this target, which is whatever we determine there. Right? Input down is when we're going to have that happen. Rotate by 90. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go fast for this, is blue color is a float. So we'll go to variables, float, and you'll see that this blue node, this blue nodule, right, is the same color, as the output, right? So you can kind of even read these bits and nodes by color, right? So like, okay, it takes 2 floats, etc. Okay, on which axis? This should be variables. Green is string, just so you know. Actually, you can see that in here, right? So like, oh, it's a text box. It says string. I can add a string to it, right? And I'm doing this, and let's do it in this one. Yeah, I might as well do this again. Okay. Okay, and then we'll call this.
That looks like you're just adding a multiplier on that node, basically, right? Degrees or it's just changing with whatever value you're putting in there?
Yes. So whatever value I put in there is how far it's going to rotate, right?
Right.
So if I put one in here now, it'll be the default value.
Right.
So if I don't put one in uScript, it'll do that.
Okay.
We'll call this axis. Sorry. Expose this to Unity, rotate angle.
There's a graphics program called Nuke and another one called Smoke that act in the same way, node-based.
Okay, yeah, and I figured that you would like gravitate towards this because it would be up your alley, right?
This is, very... I mean, it's visual thinking.
Yeah, totally. I can show you how to turn this all into code at some point, but right now, for the sake of speed, it's better to just do something visual.
I want to learn tabs. Show me tabs. I don't really want to learn all the notes yet.
Right. Yeah, and then expose this to Unity. So I've exposed all of these variables to Unity on this rotate. We're going to rotate whatever door change color door is whenever we click the mouse cursor on whatever door we've chosen for that one. This could be the same variable if we want it to, but I'm going to leave it for the sake of teaching right now.
And you changed the rotation of it too?
Yeah, well, it's going to rotate in 0 seconds currently on the y-axis, right?
So it's just going to go flat open?
It should go to 45 degrees pretty quickly, yeah. See, so my default value showed up here, 45 degrees on the y-axis, rotate in 0 seconds.
And you can change that from that screen as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I still got a mouse enter door up here. Okay, I got to make sure I don't fuck with that. Mouse enter door is door 3. All right, let's leave that. So rotate door angle, Y, rotate, just so it has a little bit of time so we can see it not snap open. We'll make it 0.5 seconds. This is going to have some bugs that we can fix later, but let's do it. Okay, let's do, so it's door 3, right? Oh, here we go.
That actually looks pretty damn cool, man. But it's going to consistently move to 45. It's like we have to tell it on the next click or however we want to do the instances that it's just going to close or stay open.
Correct. So it's basically every time that I left click on mouse, where's my mouse click door? On door 1. And what do I call it? What's this one? I'm using the change color door, right? Which is door 1 as well. So mouse click door, rotate angle. Let's do this in 0.25. There's a bunch of ways we could do this. I think we'll do that next week because there's 2 big lessons here. I think one, we sort of learned variables, right? 2, I've shown you a little bit more about what nodes you can do and sort of how to explore them, right? One last lesson on that is you can go over here and actually see all of the nodes and explore through them, so you don't have to keep dicking with this floating menu, right? And then you can actually search. So I can actually look for mouse click and see that there is none, right? With that search criteria. So
you'd have to know specifically what you're looking for.
Yeah, but I think what you can do is go back up a level in logic and say, oh, well, I want an input event. Right. Okay. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Accelerometer, managed input events. That's a whole different thing, right? There's like 100 ways to skin a cat. So every way that I show you right now.
Would there be effects and things in this too? Attach those as nodes or as instances or.
Kind of. I will show you that next week. We'll make the door actually act correctly next week, right? So.
I love this. We got the door to work, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's like you're watching it come alive.
So let's see. Mouse door. Let me change this name so it's a little bit more clear. So that mouse. Call it click rotate door, so that I can walk you through one more time visually what's happening on the screen. Okay,